what are some signs for you to say you should walk away from a relationship, and who is it harder, a man or a woman, to walk away from a relationship?
Who is it harder? I would say a man for sure, because a woman is already mentally checked out way before a man is.
Yep.
And I would say, I would say like, kind of like the manipulation thing. Like, you telling me one thing, but like you kind of switching gears, and then you're like, oh yeah, like this and that, like how you said, like, what are you eating, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like,
switch the conversation quick.
no, you're not finna switch it on me, because I'm finna nag you about it until you show me. Like,
yeah,
because kind of like the trust is kind of broken.
100%.
You know? Yeah. So
Do you feel like it's harder for a man or a woman to walk away?
I feel like it's harder for a woman to walk away.
Really? Okay.
I will say this. From my experience, it's usually always the girl to walk away before the guy does.
Yeah, 100%.
Like
I
almost
agree.
always, the girl walks away before the guy
It was
does.
hard for me to walk away.
We as men we will allow y'all to just walk away. Get to that point to walk away. We won't even do it first. Majority of the time, the guy is not doing it first. If a guy does it first, he probably didn't feel that strongly about you.
I feel like
We
his
will
feelings
let
are
y'all
like
go.
invested
That's just
hold
my
on.
preference. That's just my preference.
I actually so I actually believe that men today need to understand the power of walking away.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like they need to understand how to lose ties with a woman.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they're the ones that are looking foolish, right? Because if once a woman is done with you, trust me, she
she's done.
won't
She's washing her
hesitate.
hands.
She won't hesitate to walk away.
Nope.
Yeah.
But the key to it, though, is that when a man knows to walk away first, he has full control, right? And because many women won't just walk away outright.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're emotionally checked out. You know, they'll either ghost you or they'll leave you hanging,
Oh,
things like that, right? But I feel that, you know, and again, this kind of ties into as well, like, you need to understand how a woman has ended her past relationships, because that tells a lot about her character,
Yes.
right? And if she's someone who flakes, who ghosts people, or they just
Kinda
without any
dodges
talk
you,
and nothing,
Avoid confrontation.
yeah, those are things to pay attention to, because you know, again, essentially, how can she handle conflict? Can she handle conflict as an adult, or does she run?
It'll
And
show
if-
like how you
Yeah,
go into the next relationship, like how you're gonna work it out. Like,
exactly. But
Yeah.
but it's not just relationships; it's also friendships.
Friendship.
These are things that you
relationships
can
all
understand.
In general, friendships,
Now,
relationships.
if you see all these things, right, it's very important for you to pay attention to this. It's very important for you to see how she moves, because it matters in the sense of, you know, you're dealing with somebody who can just basically walk out
Easily
at
to
any
walk
time
away.
when times are tough.
Mm-hmm.
And for us men, right, this is why the vetting process is so important before
So
you even start
important.
dating somebody, because, you know, it's a lot harder for guys to walk away. Let's just put it that
Yeah,
way.
it
It's a lot
is.
harder for guys to walk away, because they try to fix something that's already broken. When women are mentally checked out, they're mentally checked out.
Yeah.
But if you walk away first and you see that there's something wrong, you have full control, which means that you walking away, it leaves the girl like, oh shit, what the fuck happened?
and I hate that.
No,
shit.
100%. It leaves the girl like, what the fuck
That
happened?
happened to me one time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Where
No,
he
that.
walked
for
away
sure.
and you were like, what is
For
it?
sure.
What did
No,
I
no,
do?
he ghosted
and you
me.
you start thinking of things of like, and
Yeah.
this is why I say it, like, a man should always assess who they're bringing in as a partner.
Yeah.
Right. Do the full analysis.
Facts.
Where, you know, if a guy essentially, if he's building his way up, he's not always going to be up. There's going to be some times where he's
Mm-hmm. Oh, for
down.
sure.
Now, if my woman was to tell me, look, baby, I know you've been working hard. You know, you've been doing all these things. Don't worry. Keep focus. I got us.
Mm-hmm.
But now if I hear something else where a girl's like, oh yeah, this is not what you promised me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to go through this. I'm out.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
The guy
Like,
fucked up there because he went in too fast into a relationship. That's what I think. You have to assess it, and you have to understand that the person you're bringing in, the right questions are being asked so that you know exactly where you're getting
Right.
yourself into.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, I believe that a man, it's harder for a man to walk away,
I
but a
agree.
man who understands that if he walks away first, you have full control, which means that later on, look, once you break up, you walk away, you work on yourself, you build your way up, you work out, you look better. What does that mean? You can always go back to it if you want to. Back, yeah. She's going to be reattracted. The reason why she lost attraction was because you lost yourself in the process, and now you building your way back up. That's how you were attractive in the first place. That's how she found you. She's like, I like him because of who he is. Now, you can either go back, but in the process, what did you create?
A whole
more attractiveness. So now you got more options.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the value is there. A lot of guys miss that mark. I'm telling you, and anyone who is watching, man, look, walk away. Yeah. When you know that shit is wrong,
because you have full fucking control.
Have the will to walk away.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, I literally had a situation like that. Yeah. And she was like, oh, you were willing to walk away? I was like, hell yeah, because you're crossing my boundary. And because you're crossing my boundary, I'm just like, I'm ready to walk away. Yeah. And you might think it's me doing too much, but it's not, because you don't even realize you're literally tiptoeing on my boundary. Yeah. And I'm telling you, hey, after that, you're tiptoeing.
But if you tell me that, then I'd be like, okay, I'm aware. Like, let me back up.
You would think.
You would think.
You would think.
Yeah.